Hey guys, wanted to put something together for the team, at least those of the team that have decided to partake in MeWe and follow me over here for the newer content. This is new content, and I wanted to talk today about a little known way to leverage 5 fundamental human desires to influence your fans and followers. And this is Scott Cook, team leader, Team Prosperity. You are on Team Prosperity if you're seeing this, and I hope you get something out of it. All right. So, what's the guaranteed way to make money in a gold rush? I need to ask you that question. Think about that for a minute. In their wildest fantasies, most folks believe it's through panning a rich gold-bearing river or striking an untapped vein of the precious metal that's just waiting for the bravest and luckiest prospector to mint themselves a fortune. But, objectively speaking, you know what most people find at the end of their journey? Nothing but sweat, tears, and disappointment. Because let's face it, while anyone can make money in a gold rush, and many try, there's never enough supply to meet the overwhelming demand, which by definition is what makes a scarce resource valuable. However, not everyone comes up empty-handed. In fact, during the famed California gold rush of the 1840s and 1850s, the entire American economy was invigorated by an influx of over 300,000 immigrants who brought fresh investment capital, infrastructure, and industry to what was previously a pretty difficult to navigate and only sparsely populated state. So, who benefits in Boomtown? You know who really makes money during a gold rush? It's not the little guy or gal putting their time, money, and life on the line to chance upon undiscovered riches. It's not the traveler from a faraway land who spent their life savings on the journey after reading a sensational headline. And it's not the people joining the already abundant labor force. Nope. The ones who strike it rich are the merchants serving the miners. Because while the prospects may or may not find what they're looking for, they'll definitely need picks, shovels, clothes, food, and a roof over their heads. Just ask Levi Strauss, whose rugged denim jeans made him a multi-millionaire. And that's how you really make money in a gold rush, by serving other people. Actually, scratch that. That's how you make money, period. If you can figure out what people dream about, what they want, need, and desire, what their gold fever is, you'll always have clients to serve. It's as simple as that. And the problem is most of us don't naturally know what other people want. And it doesn't help that we're often given bad advice about pushing ground floor opportunities, irresistible compensation plans, and products that sell themselves. As you might have discovered already, these propositions don't actually make many people want to pack up and stake their claim. So to help you dig deeper into how to effectively serve your prospects' true wants and needs, I'm going to give you a list of the 5 fundamental human desires that we all share. Deep down, you can leverage these psychological nuggets to understand how to really help your prospects get from point A, where they are now, to point B, where they want to go. So let's dive in. So the first of the 5 is security. Humans have a deep need for security. And here's just a few ways in which this manifests itself. Humans and 3 other primate species experience the endowment effect, where we prefer keeping what we already have to gaining something equivalent but new. Physical comfort and safety are the two primary needs in Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Because when we don't have them, it's hard to think about anything else. Psychologically, we gravitate towards homeostasis, meaning we prefer constancy and security to experiencing new things most of the time. And the first known written work, called the Epic of Gilgamesh, is about the quest for eternal life, which, if you think about it, is really the desire for permanent health security. In other words, we like our lives to be as stress-free as possible, which means showing how a product or service can deliver that security, psychological, interpersonal, and financial, instantly makes it more appealing to your potential customers. Conversely, showing how not buying from you results in the absence of security will also make consumers recoil at the thought of turning you down. Of course, you shouldn't lie to people or promise benefits you can't deliver, but there's certainly no harm in telling a green miner that they need a pick, shovel, and a fresh pair of jeans before heading into the hills. In the same way, there's absolutely no harm in telling people the truth about why our product makes their lives, relationships, or bank accounts safer. You know, one example of a company that made security its unique selling proposition is Volvo, a company that claims to make the safest cars in the world. Now, sure, the company may be less popular than Europe's top brands like BMW, Mercedes, and Audi, but it carved a respectable niche for itself by focusing on security, arguably the number one desire all humans have. Now, the second item is prestige. Humans care about prestige more than you might think. We like having nice stuff. We like it when others know we have nice stuff. And irrationally, we're prepared to pay way above market price to get things that other people want and envy. This is an opinion, by the way. What I just described is called the Veblen effect, which makes people purchase more of a product when its price goes up. Yep, you read that, you heard that correctly. Suggesting that an item is prestigious through premium pricing is enough to make people actually buy more of something. Of course, this isn't the only way to make people want what you have. There's also exclusivity, quality, uniqueness, and scarceness. The point is, if you can show people that your product will increase their self-image and or social standing, they will want it. This is the principle that Apple leverages to sell its products at a significant premium. And as the most valuable company in the world, they might know a thing or two about consumer desire. Now, moving on. Novelty and originality. Recently, York University researchers finally discovered something we've all long suspected. We like new things more simply because they're new. This is why new and improved slogans are such a big part of marketing. Now, sure, it's a tired cliche. It's too obvious to work. And yet, work it does. Just ask Apple. A company whose new and improved claims are sometimes so outlandish, the company went on record saying, only a fool would believe them. True story. Look up the lawsuit around the launch of the iPhone 4. They know darn well their new devices aren't really twice as fast, thin, or battery efficient as the previous generation. But they also know that newness, real and perceived, is a powerful way to generate desire. You know, when they came out with the iPhone 10, they had just come out with the 9, and yet they were charging people $1,000 and $1,500 for a new phone just because of exclusivity and other people wanted it. So, to put it a little differently, let me ask you this. Who hasn't bought some silly fad product because it seemed cool at the time? Or am I the only one that walks around in Crocs and a Snuggie? Obviously, the effect is much stronger when you actually have a product that's new in one way or another. Now, I'm not saying you should mislead people, even if Apple does. All I'm saying is that you can make small changes, even just switching out the images you're using in your marketing campaigns to make your offer seem fresh. Now, make no mistake, small changes like these can have a profound effect, especially when they target desire number 4, experiences. When we don't get enough new sensations and experiences, we get bored, which is unpleasant and even painful. And it leads to bad habits like overeating and poor recreational choices. In other words, boredom sucks, and human beings avoid it as a matter of instinct. We also tend to seek out new sensations and experiences, which partly explains our love for new things. Remember that third point? These can be broadly divided into 2 categories, physical and psychological. The first includes the 5 senses, touch, smell, taste, hearing, and sight. The second is a little bit more complicated, as the experience is internal. But you can mix and match both types of sensation to connect with the other 4 human desires. For example, high-quality materials, brushed aluminum, plush leather, silk, all smack of prestige in addition to being pleasant to the touch. Heavy-duty padlocks inspire a sense of security, even if they aren't significantly safer or more robust than lighter-duty ones made of higher-quality materials. The key thing to remember is that helping people feel something guides them away from the pain of boredom and towards pleasure and sensation. Maya Angelou was spot on when she said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Rational thinking certainly has a place in running a business, but when it comes to marketing, think experiences first and logic second. And if you want to give people the best sensation of all, then consider giving them a feeling of connection. Abraham Maslow's top 3 needs, self-esteem, belonging, and self-actualization, are all related to how we're perceived, both by ourselves and by other people. This is because a desire to bond, connect, and feel intimacy is arguably the ultimate human desire and a powerful marketing tool. So let's just take a quick look at CrossFit, the company CrossFit, a $4 billion brand whose unique selling proposition is a sense of community that's unique in sports. Now, some call it a cult, others a family. But the point is that people are willing to get behind products that make them feel connected to others. You might feel that your particular product isn't a natural fit for this desire, and you may be right. Now, let's tie all this into networking. If you're in network marketing, then you should know that this industry is ultimately about connecting other people and nothing else. Whether you're serving your customers or helping your fellow distributors and team members build, connection is always priority number 1. Now that means you as a network marketer are perfectly positioned to tap into this desire by building a connected community around your product. And it doesn't have to be hard either. All it takes is a Facebook or MeWe group here, a newsletter there, a few informal events from time to time, and you'll make your prospects and peers feel connected. Guaranteed. Now here's the $1 million question. What do your prospects desire? See, we've covered the hardwired levers all humans have in common. Now it's time to hone in on your particular industry to uncover how these desires manifest. After all, novelty means one thing in the auto industry and something else entirely in the dating niche, for example. And here's the thing. Most marketers flub this part of the process because they don't truly understand their prospects as well as they think they do. Always remember this, that you are not your prospect. You need to know how they describe their desires. If you want to create the types of marketing campaigns that speak their language and make them want to learn more about what you have to offer, that is. Most network marketers go broke because they don't get specific enough. When they try to tie their prospects' needs, wants, and desires into their opportunity, they don't get specific. They don't say, well, Harry, I think I may have a way that you can come up with that $25,000 for your daughter's wedding sooner than you think. That's getting specific. So I'm going to close with that. I hope you got nuggets of knowledge out of this. And please like and share this with your team. Bye now.